Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast. Today, it's Conrad's Car Clinic with insight into your vehicle's inner workings from former GM Field Service Manager and co-host King Conrad DeLong.
Well, today we're going to talk about air filters and air filter maintenance. Now,
you're talking about the engine air filter or cabin air filter?
The engine air filter. The engine air filter, in my opinion, is kind of like your nose. And your nose tries to clean debris from getting into your lungs and stop the contaminants from getting.
Do you have to take a scissors to it and clip all the hairs that are coming out of it?
If you haven't changed your air filter in a long time, yes, you may. It can get kind of long and hairy and get stuff growing in it. So, a healthy air filter keeps your engine healthy. As the air filter gets dirty and contaminated and clogged, the engine struggles to breathe, kind of like when you have a cold and you have a stuffy nose. So that's not a good thing. Air filters generally are easy to access under the hood of the car, but not all are easy to access. A lot of them, when you open up the hood, you can kind of see where it is, and there's some clips to take off, and you can get the air filter in and out. Some of them, it's clips and screws, and you got to disconnect a hose, and it can be a little bit more complicated.
Make it a day job. I mean, you get under there and do it.
Everybody's home at this point, and it's a good time to start taking care of your car a little bit. So changing your engine air filter can affect the performance and the fuel economy of your vehicle when it's clean versus when it's dirty. So it's always good to keep a nice clean filter inside of your vehicle. And again, as far as replacing it, I would recommend you replace the air filter depending on how far you go on oil changes, every second to third oil change. I would recommend you change your air filter. Even though some manufacturers say change it once every 45,000 miles, believe me, in Houston, your air filter is not going to go that long.
No, it won't.
Just from all
How many miles?
45,000.
What? I used to change mine every other oil change.
Yeah, well, for me, on the Rally, it's you take the wing nut off the top, you take the top of the air filter off, and there's this round thing. And in some instances, if you're checking your air filter, if it's kind of the new square ones, and you take it out and it looks clean, take it and just kind of tap it on something upside down and see how much junk falls out of it.
Not anything that you want to keep clean, but, on the floor or the ground or something.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the 01 Corvette's got a K&N filter on it.
A K&N filter allows more air in. It does a good job of filtrating, but it does it not by the depth, the smallness of the air passages, but it actually has oil that's applied to the filter media, and that oil is what collects some of the debris going in. The problem with a K&N is if you over-oil the air filter, that oil vapor, when you start the car and get it running, that oil vapor gets drawn into the engine, but it's not what gets drawn into the engine, it's what you draw across the mass airflow sensor that leaves contamination on the mass airflow sensor that can mess with the drivability of the car.
So how do I clean the filter and not re-oil it too much?
Well, they tell you how much oil to apply to it, and just follow those guidelines.
It's a spray can, is it not?
Yeah, just don't over oil it. You're going to take it out, wash it out, clean it out.
But it's got cleaner with it too.
Let it dry, because I know that's in the instructions. Is they want you to let it dry.
Do they wash it out with soap and water?
That's all I've ever done is washed it out with soap and water.
Don puts it in the dishwasher.
That probably would work as well.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But I thought it had a special cleaner.
Well, they have a solvent you can spray on it to clean it as well, but not everybody's going to spend all that money. It's really just a matter of getting the contaminants out of it. Yeah. So, and then you want to apply a very light layer of oil on it, and then let it dry. Don't put the oil on it, put it back in, and take it for a spin, because that's when you're going to start drawing those contaminants, and that oil on your mass airflow sensor can make a mess.
We've learned
Is that more than 4 minutes?
We've learned something new today, and it's just right on.
Yeah, it's worth it because we learned something.
We did. Did you know all that?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. I grew up in the era where there was no K&N filters.
Right. I've got a K&N in the Yukon.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. You just throw it in the dishwasher. I've never thrown it in the dishwasher. I just hose it off and rinse it out.
I'm sure the wife would just love that. Open the dishwasher, looking for her pots that she's going to cook the soup in tonight.
And find the air filter, find the differential cover, the valve cover filters. Yeah, just have all of that stuff in my dishwasher.
I like that idea.
Hey, thanks for checking us out. In Wheel Time is streamed on Facebook and YouTube and is broadcast every Saturday in Houston on ESPN 97.5 FM.